Good afternoon. I'm Bill Demers, and I'm a partner with Ernst & Young here in the Kitchener office. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the launch of Sustainable Waterloo's Regional Carbon Initiative. I'm proud to say that Ernst & Young is a founding partner of Sustainable Waterloo. Why? Because this initiative reflects our firm's commitment to making a lasting difference in our communities. As well, we know from experience that collaboration and cooperation can yield tremendous results. It's at the core of how we do business, and it's essential to Sustainable Waterloo success. Sustainability is on the corporate agenda for good. Today's recession hasn't changed that. More and more stakeholders, investors, and suppliers are demanding that corporations take responsibility for their impact on the environment, and that demand will only continue to grow. As well, regulatory standards for reducing carbon emissions are coming and will be a significant part of the new market landscape. So sustainability isn't just good for the environment and the health of our communities, it's good for business and the bottom line too. And we heard earlier how much money you can actually make at it. At Ernst & Young, we will work hard to limit the impact we have on the environment and work with our clients to help them do the same thing. Our climate change and sustainability services practice works with organizations around the world to help them develop and implement their sustainability strategy and manage the associated risks. With stakeholders and investors demanding greater transparency in this area, businesses are reaching out to our people for support. The green initiatives Ernst & Young has built into our operations have helped us cut costs, attract talented employees, and most importantly, support healthier and happier communities. We're focusing on our efforts on measuring and reducing our carbon footprint, improving our resource management, and working with more environmentally friendly suppliers. Sustainable Waterloo and its regional carbon initiatives are a first step to improve the environment, but we have a long way to go. Ernst & Young is proud to be involved, and I'm confident that together we'll set an example for other communities across Canada. Now I'd like to introduce somebody who I think has almost achieved rock star status, Mike Morrice. Mike is a co-founder of Sustainable Waterloo. He served at the organization as executive director since its inception in July of 2008, and he's the chair of the board for now. In his role, Mike defines the organization's corporate strategy and vision, leads staff and a lot of volunteers, and develops reliable funding sources, oversees program delivery, and is Sustainable Waterloo's external spokesperson. Mike is a recent graduate of Wilfrid Laurier University, where he concurrently completed a BBA and a BSc in Computing and Computer Electronics, while championing several student-led initiatives to improve the sustainability of the campus. Recently, Mike was selected by the Waterloo Region Record as one of Waterloo Region's top 40 under 40. Mike will be providing an overview of the Regional Carbon Initiative, including the service model that has been implemented, the reduction framework that has been established, and showcasing 3 early participants. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Morrice.
Thank you, Bill. Sean, could you work on the slides? Absolutely. So thanks, Bill. I really appreciate that support and that very top billing. And thanks to all of our founding partners who've really helped us get to this place over the past year. And thank you all so much for coming. You could be doing anything with your time right now. It's a pretty nice day out, and you've chosen to celebrate this launch with us. And so we really appreciate that. Also, before I get into things, I wanted to make sure I thank Lisa Chapman, as well as our entire event team. So this is Sean, Caitlin, who's just on that corner there, Ken, and Denise here, who've just put in a ton of hours to put this event together over the past few months. And I'd like to say you guys have done just a great job. So thank you for doing that. We're extremely fortunate to have a dedicated team of volunteers and of staff, and we really couldn't be making this vision happen without them. Also, if you haven't had a chance to already, we had some opening slides that featured individuals and organizations across our community that have really allowed us to get to this point over the past year. These are folks on our advisory board, our board of directors, founding partners, among others. And so if you haven't had a chance to already, when I'm finished speaking, we'll get those back up again, and I hope you have a chance to see that. So I will try to get through this I know it's 12 minutes to 7. I'll try to get back through this as fast as I can, but I want to kind of share with you the reduction framework we've worked in the community to implement over the past few months, these services that are in place now to help facilitate carbon reductions for organizations across our region really highlight some early participants who've already committed to reducing their carbon emissions, and then talking about kind of the next steps from here. So the first thing required to actually have companies commit to reducing their carbon emissions is a standardized framework for them to do that within. So when I say that, what I mean is an opportunity to put together gold, silver, and bronze levels within which companies can commit that will explain exactly what they're committing to. When we talk about carbon, what is going to count? When we talk about reductions, what we mean by that. Within what time period those reductions will take place and how ambitious those reductions are going to be. When we set out this process, we consulted with advisors and our board and external environmental professionals and said, okay, what are the key goals of this? And this is what we came up with. First of all, we knew that the framework needed to be ambitious, but it also needed to be realistic in the carbon reductions that it set out. It needed to have timelines that were short to medium term to really have implications for decision makers who were involved in doing so. It needed to be flexible to allow for it to be as inclusive as possible for organizations. As we know, multiple accounting standards exist for greenhouse gas, and regulation is emerging every day. It needed to be simple as well, again, to be as inclusive as possible, and most of all, it needed to really inspire a spirit of collaboration across our community.